Hello everyone, I'm Sarah. Welcome back to Sewing Therapy. I'm so excited to share my new pattern with you today, the La Ciotat skirt. The name comes from a beautiful port town in the south of France where I will be staying for 3 days this June during a special trip with my 엄마 and 이모's. I'm really looking forward to it. I wanted to design a skirt that's perfect for a vacation, breezy, effortless, and just right for spring and summer. It turned out so cute that I couldn't wait to share it with you so we can enjoy it together. If you enjoy sewing and want to see more projects like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me tell you a little more about the La Ciotat skirt, a quick and easy project you can complete in about 2 to 3 hours. The main skirt panels are simple rectangles, minimizing fabric waste. We also offer a paper-saving option to cut down on printing waste. Even with simple construction, I didn't compromise the silhouette. The carefully drafted hip and tummy panels are designed to flatter your body beautifully, no matter your body type. The wrap design makes the skirt versatile and forgiving as our bodies naturally change over time. Plus, the double tie closures add such a charming touch. It can even double as a chic beach cover-up. To maintain a clean, streamlined silhouette, there are no built-in pockets. You can always add side seam or patch pockets if you like, but I personally recommend keeping it simple for the best drape. I recommend lightweight to medium weight fabrics to keep the skirt breezy and flattering. Think linens, cottons, double gauze, anything soft, breathable, and with nice movement. If you choose the paper saver option, you will only need to print the hip panel and tummy panel pieces. The rest of the pattern pieces are simple rectangles, and you can easily cut them using the provided measurements. I usually recommend cutting the larger pieces first to help save fabric. However, in the case of skirts, length is negotiable. So I recommend cutting and securing the tummy and hip panels first, and then cutting the skirt panels afterwards. This way, fabric is used more efficiently, and you can adjust the skirt length as needed. Make sure the grain lines are parallel to the selvage to maintain the correct drape. Cut one hip panel on the fold. Cut two tummy panels mirrored. To avoid confusion, it's helpful to mark the side and front edges clearly. In my case, the right side and wrong side of the fabric look very similar, so I marked W for the wrong side. Do the same for the skirt panels. Since the width and height size can be confusing later on, I marked W for width and H for height to keep everything clear. The skirt panels are simple rectangles, so adjusting the skirt length is very straightforward. To lengthen or shorten, simply adjust the height of the rectangle. Since the ties can be cut on the straight grain, you can simply use the leftover fabric from the skirt panels. I pieced together 5 strips from my leftover fabric to create one long strip for the upper tie. Feel free to join as many strips as you need depending on the fabric you have. Okay, now let's get started. I'm so excited to wear this skirt all summer long, and especially on my upcoming vacation, and I hope you will be too. Whatever your travels may or may not take you, I believe La Ciotat will be a welcome addition to any wardrobe. Let's make it together and enjoy a satisfying sewing season ahead. Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful sewing journey. I will see you in my next video. 안녕!